that shit char, Voodoo like Yu-Gi-Oh! Jogging up all night, yo. Voodoo like Yu-Gi-Oh!
What's up, Metagang? This is Sky. A lot of you have asked for a face reveal of some of us. I was the top comment, so you get me first. Along with this, you also get a little Q&A that we posted on one of my deck profiles. So I'm going to answer your questions, and we're also going to talk about the various decks I play in. Just a little bit of an in-depth perspective of Sky. So we're going to start off with the Q&A aspect of it. We have a question by Alan Reese. A dual question: what format did I start playing the game in, and what was my favorite Legacy format? Well, I actually started in 2004, halfway through 2004 with my brother Dustin. That pits me right before GOAT format in 2005. So whatever the 2004 format is, I just always say GOAT though because I was so close to the verge of actual GOAT format. My favorite Legacy format is Spellbook Dragon Ruler. I love the Dragon Ruler archetype. I love playing it. During that format, I played competitively. It was my first season to where I was actually able to play and not be a Dragon Duelist. And I played Heraldic Ruler. From the Redneck Nerd 101, what is my favorite deck? What are my 5 favorite decks I've ever played, and what are my least favorite decks to play against? Well, going for my top 5, because I feel like that's the fairest way to do it. In no particular order, it has to be Cyber Dragon. That's the deck I'm the most well known for, besides for my Fluffles, which comes in at number 2. Along with that, I would have to say Dragon Ruler. I love playing Dragon Ruler. I love playing Insector. And another deck that I really love playing is Noble Knight. Because I just love the lore, I love the artwork. My least favorite decks to play against are Spellbook. I fucking hate Spellbook. Again, that probably comes into where my first competitive season was Spellbook Dragon Ruler. So I clearly just hate Spellbook. I hate Madolche. I hate Wind Up. I hate Ritual Beast. I can't stand playing against Ritual Beast. I can't stand fucking Conhawk. And I would have to say Infernity. I hate playing against Infernity and any FTK. From Alex Jenkins. If you could make changes to the ban list, what would you like to see? I'm just going to say that this is going to be for the ban list we have now, which is the ones where they just basically unlimited Unicorn, Conahawk, and something else.
Multi-faker.
What?
Multi-faker.
Multi-faker? Okay. What I want to see is I want to see either Link Cross or Liquid Fibrax go to 1. They don't need to be banned yet, but one of them does need to go to 1. If not, I feel strong about Link Cross though. Link Cross is arguably the worst of the two in terms of a healthy game status because of just the ability to just fucking make that Mecha Phantom Beast Link and make your 4 tokens, go into Saruja or whatever the hell you want to go into. I think that's toxic. I think Jet Synchron, not Jet, yeah, Jet Synchron, that needs to be banned. Simply because you should not be able to get that much advantage off of the Liquid Fibrax. It wasn't made for that. It was made for Synchro decks to actually be able to Synchro summon and do their thing when MR4 was the thing. Along with this, a lot of people are going to say Block Dragon. Block Dragon's perfectly fine the way it is now because Adamancipator has not had their time in a YCS environment to actually shine. People are salty about it because everyone has access to it because of online play and COVID-19. However, Block Dragon's fine the way it is now. Once competitive play starts back up as a YCS or regional level, Block Dragon can go to 1 and then ban because that's how I see them doing it anyway. Eldritch is okay. Golden Lord's going to go to 1. Everyone knows that. Either Golden Lord or the Golden City is going to go to 1. Changes I would like to see of things getting free though is, this is going to sound biased, but I want another Dragon Ruler free. I think Title's the safest one because even though Mermail's a deck that's always going to be around, you can't bring back Blaster because of the Infernoble Knights. They're too good the way they are now, just be able to Synchro spam and Link spam. And you definitely can't bring back Redox because of Adamancipator. So Tidal seems like the safest one. Along with this, I would love to see. I want to see Firewall come back to one, just in the way we're at now. I know that's not going to be like healthy, but I feel like Firewall would be completely fine, and especially like if they like made an errata to Firewall to where he was like a hard once per turn instead of the softy that he is. I would love to see. Oh, I can't think of it now. Card Destruction. Card Destruction could come back. It's good. I see it being semi-limited. Raigeki can go to 3. We have 3 Dark Hole. No one really plays Raigeki. It's a big side deck card. But along with that, I definitely do not see us getting like Heavy Storm or Harvey's Feather Duster. Simply because the way the TCG and the OCG reacts is the OCG gets Spell and Trap Destruction, we get Monster Destruction. I would personally love to see Heavy Storm come back. I feel like that'd be fucking nuts, but it's not going to happen. And I want Lunalight Tiger back at 1. I feel like you could free most of the Zodiacs and they wouldn't do much of anything. Zodiacs have their time to shine. One Broad Bull ain't going to fucking break the deck. I think that's actually the end of the Q&A aspect of it, so we're going to break down into my decks. I have 7 decks that I kind of like religiously play, which seems like a lot. But some are competitive, some are casual. Starting with the casual stuff are my Super Heavy Samurais. It's an all monster-based deck. It's really fun to play. It's all Earth. This is actually the deck that got me back into Yu-Gi-Oh! After I took my hiatus. I took a hiatus probably right after the Dragon Rollers got hit, actually. Right after they banned all the big rollers, when Dark Matter OTK was a thing. That's when I stopped, and I got back in when Duelist Alliance came out. And Super Heavy Samurais is the reason I got back in, because it's a machine deck, and I've always loved machine decks. That, and it really, like, it was kind of like an anti-meta choice for that, because it really fucked over Shadal's, being able to just summon Big Bang Cube as a main deck monster. It's 35 defense, can attack in defense. Going on to another deck I love to play is Mermail. This Mermail version is a lot of the Deep Sea cards too. It's basically water hand loop control. I love control decks. It's very fun. It can rip your opponent out of 5 cards in their hand. You can like bait out hand traps, and then you got your Atlantean Mermails to kind of fall back on. And it really like it forces every game to feel like 2013, which I love 2013 Yu-Gi-Oh! Next off, I would say would be Lunalights. Lunalights is a really fun fusion-based OTK deck. It can make just retardedly big monsters that can't be affected, can attack multiple times. This is a casual deck by far. If Tiger ever does come back, it can make the jump to tier 2 with the right like tweaking and deck building. But without Tiger, like it's not really going to do anything besides be a fun deck. Going on next, we have my Hand Trap Shadal. This is a really big control deck. It's my newest deck that I've kind of like tinkered with. The hand traps give you all your elements to make your Shadal fusions with, and the Shadal fusions are a good control aspect. It's a good like mid-rangey kind of deck that it doesn't matter if you go first or second. That's kind of like how I built it. Next off, we have one of my favorite decks of all time, my Frightfurs. Frightfurs have got me the most tournament success of any deck I've ever played. It got me a top at a YCS during Zodiac format. There will always be a spot in my heart for the Fluffle archetype, and it's only going to get better come August. Then, my Noble Knights. Noble Knights is a deck I've always loved to play. I love the artwork, I love Arthurian lore, and just the fact to where it's a really like fun and intriguing combo to where like it's one of the only decks to where you can open up and think that your hand's complete garbage, and just by playing one card, you can make an entire board of like an Isolde and an Arthur that has like what I call the Unlimited Blade Works, which is like 5 swords. And lastly, the deck that got me started on the channel, my Counter Fairies. Counter Fairies have been through the absolute ringer. They have been overhauled so many times that I can't even keep track of. The version we're playing now is actually like 50 fucking cards. But it has so much draw support, so much just tech in it, that it's probably the best version that like it can be. The only other version that I personally like now is Chaos Counter Fairy playing Dark Lords, which that's an entire separate build that you guys will see on the channel later. But as of now, the 50 card just pure light Counter Fairy deck is the one I'm playing. Just the ability to control the game state to the way you want it, and then using a combination of Ties of the Brethren to either get a barrier statue out, install the game on top of your counter traps, and then like wait for that perfect timing to explode a Parshaft to bring out Christia, and then go out for big damage. It's really fun. It takes a lot of thought actually to pilot this deck. And that's the part that makes it fun. You have to think, you have to plan ahead, you have to strategize, which is what I like about the Counter Fairy deck and why I love like the game in general.
Now, how do you feel about the cheating allegations this last tournament?
The cheating allegations came up because we did a challenge called the Drunken Master. And the way the Drunken Master worked is that I would get as loaded as I could and still be able to function, and we would play. We did it as like a last minute decision for YCQ S6, and the allegation comes up against my feature match with Shadow because I did not properly resolve Afraid for Patchwork. I added Polymerization and Bear, which I then proceeded to do Bear Toy Vendor with, and I ended on a board of VFD and 2 cards in my hand. However, if I would have properly resolved it, I would have got Edge and Chain, then made a board that was Shark Toad VFD, and then have the resources in my hand via another Patchwork to make like the triple Sabertooth combo. So the allegation is that I cheated him, but I personally feel like I cheated myself with it. Because like, I was just too drunk, and that responsibility falls on myself. But if you watch the video back, our head judge was constantly on my ass because of the fact that I was drunk, and he did have to double check all my cards. It doesn't help that half my deck is Italian either. The main responsibility of that falls back on me, but partial blame could go to our head judge because, like I was saying, he was double checking all my card effects. Because of me being inebriated, he should have really picked up on the fact that Patchwork could not do that. Because there is a time in the video to where he does correct me because of my inebriation with Fusion Recycling Plant. Because I tried to add Fright for Fusion off of it as a fusion card, and it says Poly specifically. But that's how I feel about the allegation. And personally, most of the SkySquad, they prefer the Drunken Master. They feel like it's a fun, unique challenge.
We've got a lot of positive feedback from the Drunken Master.
We got more positive than we have negative. I understand that some of you do not want to see the Drunken Master. I'm not going to tell you not to watch the Drunken Master. I'm not going to tell you to watch it. However, if it's something that conflicts with you personally, just maybe skip out on those videos then. Because the Drunken Master is something to where I personally love to do. I work 70-hour weeks, and just the ability to cut back one time on a weekend is something that you really need to have that healthy life.
Well, thank you for having your Q&A.
Thank you. Metagame, this is Sky. SkySquad, out.
If it's anything else to say, you're a fucking faggot.
That shit char. Voodoo like Yu-Gi-Oh. Joking up all night, you. Voodoo like Yu-Gi-Oh.